Well, hello everybody. This video will be an introduction to Blender. And this is Blender. It's one of the best 3D applications I've ever seen and ever used in my life. I've been using it ever since I was about 14, or about 2007 or so. And like, here's just a 3D model of Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. You can do so many things with 3D models. Like even here, this is in the Cycles render engine. Which you can make anything look really awesome. Now how do you get Blender? Is you go to the Blender homepage, blender.org, and you just download it. It's free. It's an open source program and it's very small. It can run on pretty much any computer from 1999 to now. You can get the 64-bit version, the 32-bit version, the Macintosh version, the Linux version, or you could just get the source code and compile it for whatever program or whatever operating system you want to use it on. If you want to use it on Windows 98, go ahead, just compile it for that. Now, whenever we first open up Blender, we see the splash screen, and I just click on the icon. And this is the system default screen. You have the cube, and you have all these little other like windows and stuff. Now, in the bottom of each window, okay, it's messing me up because it's not full screen. You have this little menu. You can just click on this. Like here, you can click on this one. Because see, there's one box right here. There's another box right here, and another little box right here. And where the boxes meet, you can right click and you can join the areas into either one. And now I can join these two together. Whoops. If I wanted to. Like I could join it into there. So now we only have like two boxes. Or actually no, I guess this box up here is counted as one box, but usually I just think of that as a header. Now with the 3D menu, you can press T to make that side menu come out, or N to make these menus come out. Like you can manually adjust the coordinates of objects with the in side, and with the tools, the T one, you can do other neato stuff. Like let's say if I wanted to move this block, it's actually moving this variable up here, so I could say exactly 3.5, and that moves it over by that much. And if I want to go it up by 2, I can go up. So you have so many features right now. Now I'm going to set it to what I usually have it as. So I make it as just big blank screen. I have one big screen. Then I go down here, or no, I go over here. Split the area. So now I have this. I set this to properties. So now I can see, horizontal. So now I can see all the features of stuff. Like for instance, I have the cube now, and I can go, like I can add a texture to it. I can go to the textures, or the materials, that's their word for texture page, and I can change the color to whatever I want. Like I can make it blue or green. And then what we're going to do is I split the area, so I have this. And now I can change each window. So I can have this, I can press, okay, the number pad is very useful. Like you can have 1, 3, and 7. That's the top view. 7 is top view, 1 is front view, 3 is side view. And then you can press 5 to go to the orthographic view. See, orthographic is whenever they get closer to the camera, they don't get bigger. Unlike in this view, whenever things get closer to the camera, it's like in real life, it gets bigger to where it looks more realistic. But sometimes it's hard to work with that. So we can go like this, and we have our orthographic view. And then we can change the render settings by pressing 7, or Z, Z. And there's so many different little features we can add to it. Like well, first of all, there's modes. Like there's edit mode, where you can actually change the object itself. You can press G to move it around, or S to scale it, R to rotate it, and then you can go back to object mode, and you can treat that as one big object. We'll press Control Up to go out of full screen, because like we can go Control Up, or Control Up arrow, Control Up arrow. Now, one last thing though that you probably need to do right when you first start off Blender is go to File, User Preferences, Global View, and I change the camera settings. So like Zoom View is Control Alt Left Mouse, Move View is Shift Alt Left Mouse, and Rotate View is Alt Left Mouse. And sometimes I put Center Camera as C, or Center, what was it? Oh, I can't remember. Oh yeah, center view to cursor, C. If we add an object, mesh, ecosphere, and I press C, it centers to that object. Oh, and you can change this, where the cursor is by changing the settings. Like there's a 3D cursor, you can put that to 0, 0, 0. And now I press C, and it goes right to the middle of the universe. So we come into one problem. Blender is just too big for one video. So, this is pretty much the end of this video, the introduction, and I'll be making a bunch of other videos talking about the small features of Blender. Like for instance, we'll talk about the 3D window, or we can talk about the logic editor window. This is for making games and stuff. Or we can talk about the UV image editor. We'll make an entire video on that. And then even like for the 3D, we can make stuff for the edit mode, or maybe even for vortex paint and stuff like that. We can talk about rendering, and we can even talk about game modes. Like we can go to game, although I haven't programmed it to do anything. Let's find you a game that is more interesting, one that I made. Let's see, Sewer Thingy is kind of fun. It's a game I've been working on for a while. It'll take a little bit to load though, unfortunately. This took about like, I think 2 days to make, but then I didn't really go much past this because I kind of lost interest. But I hope to get a little further along, and I'll be giving you guys the files for all this stuff so you can mess around with them and play them too. Hey look, a floating rock! I forgot to delete that. You also have a flashlight, pressing F, like in Half-Life. Now there's some other levels, let's see. See, up here you can switch the levels, like there's the cave level. Which I was messing with the reflective water. See the water there? It's kind of interesting. There are crystals that glow and stuff. And I think if I press 1, that'll go back to the main level. Yeah, here's the main level. It's just, all of my games are just random little bits and pieces of stuff I've thrown together. There's no real point to them. Oh, I thought I was inside the level. Never mind. Well, I'm stuck outside the level now. But that's the main idea of it. So yeah, you can do a lot with Blender. I'd recommend getting it. And tell me in the comments below if you think this kind of tutorial idea is okay to have inside my regular Super Genius channel, or should I make a separate channel specifically for tutorials? Let me know. And thanks for watching. See ya!